Hello everyone and welcoming you to a brand new gameplay. This time it's going to be of Library of Ruina. Now everyone, I've got to mention this game is really fun. It has a great story, great game mechanics. It's really enjoyable and it gets you invested into the story and the game pretty early on. But at about halfway through this game, there is a massive difficulty spike that happens that just makes the game very difficult to beat and overcome. And in fact, when I first played this game, when it first came out on the Switch, I actually could not complete this game and I ended up giving up. And I've regretted it ever since. And so I was thinking about this for a few days, wanting to, load it back up and try to actually beat the game this time. But then I thought, I have a gaming YouTube channel. So instead of just doing it by myself, I'm gonna do it in front of all of you guys and girls. All my pain and misery and trying to tactically outmaneuver the difficulty this game throws at me. And so that's how this game is going to go, and hopefully we can actually beat the game this time. Another thing, I have loaded up 2 mods for this game. The first one is the Japanese voiceovers, because the PC port of this game, the only voice over in this game is the Korean voices. And I have nothing against Korean voices, it's just in this game I'm used to the Japanese voiceovers that they did on the Switch, and I just feel like it just sounds better to me, and so that's why. Also, the second mod I've put in is a no grind mod, because this game can get a bit grindy with how it works, because the way this game works is you beat guys, they turn into books, and you use that books, you can either burn the books to get cards, because this is essentially a card game. It all makes sense once we get into it. And you can either burn books to get better cards, or use the books to invite people, or like better and stronger people with better and stronger books to your library. Now, that all might sound confusing at the moment, but trust me, it'll make sense in a bit. Also, the reason why is because some of like the interesting or better characters who have better cards and better books that you need only give out a few, so you're constantly, and sometimes they don't even drop a book, so you have to kind of like redo the entire invitation and battle constantly throughout the game. And so I've got a mod here that apparently gives me tons of books, to the point where it's going to be very unlikely that we run out and have to constantly grind for more books and cards. Trust me, you probably have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. It's all going to make sense once we get into the game. So I say, enough exposition, let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. Here we are, scene 1, Canard. I go out to the streets, my hands in my pockets.
最後まで私は自由にはなれないのね。身の丈に合わない夢を抱いてはならないっていうの。
Yeah, so I thought about if I should probably if I should like read the English text or not. I've decided I'm probably not going to do that, since there is already a Japanese like voiceovers for it. And plus, like, if you're having trouble, like, keeping up, I'm not gonna go, like, super fast, so you guys can kind of read it as we go along. But, if you're struggling to keep up, you can always just pause the video and stuff, so that's how it's gonna work. The purple tear, and look at all this fog. Yeah, it is very smoky at the moment. It's making all the things fuzzy.
信じるしかないが。一回だけ言うわ。
Oh, hello. I am new around these parts.
私は回りくどい言い回しが本当に嫌いなの。だから口数を増やさないで、聞かれたことだけに答えて。
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, this game is technically a sequel to another game that's a lot worse than this game called Lobotomy Corporation. But don't worry, you don't need to have played that last game to understand the story here. It all pretty much gets explained relatively well in this game anyway, so you don't really need to play the last game to understand what's going on. Also, last game, the previous game is a completely different game from this, because that game is more of like a monster simulation where you gotta like, I guess like spawn monsters or something, or you gotta like, it's like a monster farming game. This is a card game, so it's like completely different.
もちろん質問もしないで。あなたはどこから、そしてどんな目的を持って
Hello,
ここにどうやって
I'm
入って
just
きた
your
の？
average everyday citizen wearing a black suit. It's like I'm headed to a funeral.
はあ？誰だよお前。胃がムカムカするな。
Oh yeah. I think she just took our leg.
私は警告したわ。そしてあなたは破った。あなたはどこから、そして何が目的でここに、そしてどうやって入ってきたの？
普通に歩いてて気がついたらここだ。どうやって入ってきたかは知らないって。くそ、右足から血がドロドロ出てるじゃねえか。こんなわけもわかんない場所に来るつもりなんてこれっぽっちもなかったってのに。
Yeah, also if you can tell there are like these like little cool effects that I guess add to the immersion of the game as well.
俺は午後1時くらいに起きてなんとなしに13区の路地を歩いてた。
District 13.
外に出たついでに今週のスペシャルサンドイッチを売ってるハムハムパンパンって店にも寄ろうとした。
Oh man, that great ham pang pang. This the weekly. Did we end up getting that weekly special sandwich
とに
though?
かく金は出てくし仕事はないし。
Yeah, so pretty much we're just a
俺一
bomb
人でなんとか食ってけ。
that was running a one man off. Oh, what did you take this time?
話が長いわ。次は残りの左腕と左足を。
So she cut off our right arm and our right leg. All that we've got left is our left arm and left leg. Oh no. We're about to die and we're only about 30 seconds into the game.
目的もなく、ここに来た方法も知らないって。
Listen up, whoever you are. You don't need to be that ruthless. And we kind of need our arms and legs for the profession we work in.
ただの土底辺のフィクサーだ。ここは一体どこなんだ。お前は誰だ。
Oh,
一気に二つも切るとか。
she took
反則だろ。
she took our remaining 2 limbs. Lady, can't you leave us with something? Did you really need to take everything? Our life has already hit rock bottom.
質問は私からよ。名前は？
Our name. It's Roland. It's a pretty cool name.
いいわ。ここは図書館よ。そしてまだゲストを呼ぶ前のね。なのにあなたが突如現れたの。ここに招待されてないゲストは絶対に入れないよう設計するため、骨が折れたというのに。
Well, apparently we're the rule to the exception because we always are.
くそ。手足だけが俺の仕事道具だったのに。心情する金も代わりも。
You know,
これ以上。
if this ever gets turned into an anime, I'm curious to see what this scene is like where you just have like an armless and legless Roland being like, damn it, those limbs are all I had. And he's like, I guess, moving around like a turtle on its back.
気絶したわね。
And yep, of course, when you lose limbs like that, you will faint.
起きて。
Oh, I think we just went through a time transition.
足が俺の腕。なんだよ。何もなかったみたいにくっついてるじゃねえか。
Well, at least she was kind enough to reattach our limbs.
これでまた腕を振って歩けるはずよ。前の体より使いやすいようにいくつか再構成も施しておいたわ。あなたは無断でここに入ってきたけど、私も一方的に奪ったから、それに対するお詫びの印よ。私は我慢強くて思いやりがあるから。
Ah, yes. After literally almost murdering us, she's now trying to paint herself as our savior.
我慢強いとかよく言えるな。素直に感謝してもいいのか、これ。あと、なんだ。例の警告ってさすがに撤回されてるよな。
そうね。あなたが気絶してる間に結論はこうよ。あなたはここで私を手伝う。
Ah, great. It looks like we're being brought in for some slave labor.
はあ？近頃の組織はこんな感じで誘拐するのか？それともここはどこかの翼か？得意点研究の実験対象者をあちこちから誘拐してるって聞いたんだが。
Oh, damn. They're test subjects.
俺の知り合いも実験のせいで次元をさまよう羽目になったんだよ。なあ、俺の運命って。
Yeah, so pretty much all of this is like exposition to set up not only the characters but the world that we're a part of. So we're actually getting dealt some pretty interesting information.
ここは図書館よ。どういう組織のことを言ってるのかはわからないけど。
And of course, because Angela doesn't know anything about the outside world, we're constantly gonna have to explain things to her.
興味ないよ。結局俺はここに閉じ込められて何かを絞り取られるんだろ。
そうね。あなたを生かす理由は2つよ。1つ目、招待されてもいないのにここに入ってきたことへの分析。理由がわからないままあなたを追い出したり生かしておくのは図書館にとって大きな危険要素よ。
The question is, do we want to be here though?
まあ、これからはあなたも私の許可なしでは出ていけないけどね。
The answer is no.
2つ目、私はこれから都市に関する本を得ながら
Yeah, so now she's explaining the book
絶対的な
collecting.
本を手に入れるの。このプロセスを手伝ってもらうわ。あなたは都市で生きてた人間だからいろいろと助けになることを期待してるわ。
いつかこうなるって知ってたよ。知らない間に消えた人間が肉の塊になって見つかったりもするし、気の緩んだ運のないやつだなって笑ってたんだが、いざ同じ目に遭ってみるとそんなもん関係なしに急に起こるやつじゃんか。
命に関しては心配しなくていいわ。ここでは私の許可なしで死ねないから。
Apparently we're like invincible, so if we die, she can just revive us.
くそ、イカれた研究所みたいなやつだったのか。生きたままトウモロコシとかゼンマイとか腹にぶち込んで口からポップコーンを出す人間ポップコーンマシンでも作ろうってのか。
She better not turn us into a walking popcorn machine. I don't even know what that would look like.
ほんと外れ中の外れかよ。いっそきれいさっぱり殺してくれた方がまだマシだ。
Hey, don't wish for that role and she might just do it, you know. At least we still got our laugh, that's one thing.
今度またそんな寝言を言うのならその人間ポップコーンマシンとやらにしてあげる。
And with what she already did to us before, she could probably succeed in turning us into a popcorn machine.
私はね、意味もないザレ言にいちいち反応する馬鹿げたことをとても長い間繰り返してきたの。
すみませんでした。
正式に挨拶するわ。私はアンジェラ。
Yep,
この図書館の
this
館
is
長でもある。
Angela.
司書
Pretty
でもある
much the woman who is running the show in this game. Even though she pretty much doesn't really do anything and she just leaves all the work up to us and the other librarians, which will show up as time progresses.
アンジェラ。いい名前だな。
That's a very nice name.
それで俺は何をやればいいんだ？
図書館に招待されたゲストの応対をしてくれればいいわ。
Now she's pretty much going to just get into how the game works.
私がどんなゲストを呼ぶか悩みながら招待状を作るから、あなたは招待に応じて図書館に来たゲストを接待すればいいわ。あなたは都市で生きてきたし、フィクサーの仕事もやってきたらしいから、様々なゲストを私より上手に接待してくれることを期待してるわ。
And by reception, she pretty much means to kill them.
とはいえ落ちこぼれの救急フィクサーだけどな。
Great, we're at the bottom of the barrel.
接待ってなんだ？ショーとかウェイターでもやるのか？
Or be a waiter for them. Hello, may I take your order in this library?
文字通り入場してきたゲストの相手をしてくれればいい。
In a physical manner, of course.
もちろん
She wants us to kill them.
図書館はゲストに試練を与え、その過程で本が開かれるのよ。試練を克服したゲストは本を得る資格があ
Yeah,
る。
so pretty much the aim of the game is to entice people to come to the library with books that they can win. Then we kill them. Then they turn into books, which expands the library, which entices even stronger foes to appear. Repeat, rinse, recycle, repeat. I don't know why I said repeat twice, but I felt like it was necessary.
応対の過程であなたが死んでもそれは一時的なものよ。図書館が閉館すればあなたはまた起き上がるの。
Trust me, we will not just die, we will die a lot.
この場所では私の許可なしでは眠りにつけないから。
Because the developers of this game had no chill when they were trying to figure out the difficulty. They turned it
も
up
しか
to
してフィクサーに
max.
なんか変な幻想を抱いたのか？それも救急フィクサーに？俺そんな有能なフィクサーじゃねえよ。
私の知ったことではないわ。マニュアルは準備したから方法は適当に探して。
Alright, yeah, there's even a manual. Here's a manual on how to kill people the right way.
ざっと見たけど大体は分かっ
Wait,
た。で、
did I
この招待
accidentally...
状はどうやって送られるんだ？
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I thought I accidentally skipped ahead. So, oh, yeah. Now we're going to be explaining the
招待状を開い
invitation
て
ritual.
ゲストに提供する本を登録すればいいの。
そしたら
招待状はごく自然な形で送られるはずよ。こちらで
そんないい加減にやって本当に送られるのか？
Yeah, so pretty much it's like a magical seeking missile. It's like a magical heat-seeking missile. And it shows up when the people who need the books mostly need them.
招待状は図書館と同じで丹精込めて生み出した私の作品よ。そう、コンパスみたいなものって言えば分かりやすいと思うわ。
方角を指し示すあのコンパス？
そう、招待状は私が欲してるたった一冊の本に導いてくれるはずよ。そして本によっては招待状が赤くなる時があるの。
Yeah, and the reason why Angela is doing all this and wants us to kill tons of people is because she wants to find a specific book that will help her achieve her dreams. What those dreams are, we'll find out as we play through the game.
赤い招待状は物語を進めるゲストを知らせてくれるの。赤い招待状の意図に反すればこの場所で止まるということ。
招待状を受け取ったからってそのゲストが必ず来るとも限らないんじゃないか？
来るわ。そうなってるの。そしてゲストは自分の意思で招待状を受け取って図書館に入場するのよ。
都市にしてはよっぽど公平なやり方だな。
Trust me, Roland. Once you get into the aspects of the library, it's not going to be fun for anyone involved.
誰も彼も他人に同意もなく命を取られるのが普通だし。それはそうと、本を手に入れたら次はどうなるんだ？
図書館は壮大な可能性の空間なの。私ですら図書館の無限に広がる空間。そしてだから本を通じ図書館を満たして完成させていくの。そして手に入れるの。私とこの
The
図書館
one
を完成
perfect
さ
book
せて
to rule them all.
たった一つの完璧な本。
完璧な本か。その本も俺の知ってる本とはきっとまた別物だ
Even
ろうな。
I don't know what that perfect book is because I haven't been able to complete this game before. Ah, yes, the intro. I really like this intro as well. Such a great song. Man, this song is such a vibe. Such a great intro, and it also pretty much encapsulates this game really well. Alright, so here is the invitation area, and we got the tutorial. Pretty much we're going to click on that, and it has a 1 here, so we're going to click on that as well. And so pretty much the first guest we're going to invite, doesn't matter what type of book it was, they just want a book in general. Maybe they love reading or something, but let's see who this invitation goes out to.
Boy, ぐずぐずしてないで早く拾え。いつツバイ協会の奴らが来るかわかんねえんだぞ。
The Zweigoons.
私なりに頑張って拾ってるんだってば。
Yeah, so every time we send out an invitation, it actually goes. You actually get to see the person's life leading up to the invitation, and some of these stories can get pretty crazy. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Oh, it seems like these guys are like organ harvesters.
こんな身体改造施術見たこともない。
どう見ても内臓の状態が変だ。本当に。
くそ。足音が近づいてる。
It seems like they're being chased. I'm guessing by the police.
綺麗に切り取るとかいいから早くぶっこ抜いて拾っとけ。このままじゃ俺たちの首が飛ぶ羽目になるぞ。
体の中にどうしてこんなのが入ってるんだろう。
どうでもいいから一旦拾え。時間がないぞ。
大体終わった。
走れ。
危なかった。
肝っ玉が太いよピート。ツバイ協会の担当区域でこんなことやらかすだなんて。
俺らにはこんな仕事しか残ってねえよ。
Yeah, you can already tell these guys are desperate for their lives to turn around. Sounds like a job for the library.
這いつくばっても上に登るしかない。絶対にな。俺の夢知ってるよな。いつか裏路地の指のどれかになるってやつ。
近頃はお前みたいに夢があるやつの方が珍しいよ。とりあえず集めた内臓を売りさばこうか。捨て犬に出す上納金から用意しないと。
そうだな。今回の金が俺らにあの組織の下に入るチャンスをもたらしてくれるはずだ。
Yeah, so the way this game kind of also works is like whenever there's like an entity or an abnormality or something that's like unexplainable, they're given a myth class. And so at the moment, literally no one knows the library's existence. That's why we gotta be killing people, turning them into books to up our status in our class. Because the higher it is, the more high quality, high tier people want to check it out.
じゃあ
本日の収穫を見るとするか。おい、お前らふざけてんのか。真面目に拾ったんだろうな。
だから言ったでしょ、まともな臓器が入ってなかったんだって。
Excuse me, what's going on with these organs?
俺はエンケファリンとかの薬漬けになった内臓だと思ってたんだよ。もう誰かが蜂の巣にしてるレベルじゃねえか。
Excuse me?
俺らは確かに麻酔剤だけで仕留めたよ。手は一切出してないんだって。
So his organs were blown up.
ありえない。それなら内臓に穴が開いた状態でほっつき回ってたってこと
So he had blown up
だろ。
organs and he was still able to walk around.
もしかしてあれとか。噂によると人間を生きたまま縫って人形にするやつがいるって聞いたんだけど。
それは俺も小耳に挟んだから知ってる。でもこの内臓を見てみろ、全然違うだろ。その人形は肉や骨を縫って作られたって聞いたぞ。でもこいつは傷一つついてなかっただろ。
Interesting. So this guy didn't have any scars, but his insides were just rocked to the core.
そういえばうなじに丸くてオレンジ色の文様がついてたりはしたな。入れ墨かと思ったんだけど、入れ墨入れそうなやつじゃなさそうだったんだ。社畜っぽかったし。
文様入れ墨。くそ、まさかヤブをつついてヘビを出したんじゃないだろうな。
それだけじゃなくて、こんな封筒も体の中にあったけど。
なんで封筒が体の中にあるんだよ。
Is that the
わ
invitation?
けわかんねえな。よこせ。図書館の招待状。
You better believe it
なんだ
is.
これ。
Literally shows up right when they needed some salvation.
本？図書館で本を手に入れられるって、何バカげたこと言ってんだか。
結局外れね。上納金は明日よ。正確には約7時間残ってるわ。また内臓を拾いに行くとしても間に合うかどうか。
この招待状に書かれてる図書館とやらに行くぞ。本ってのが何なのかわかんねえが、選択の余地はねえぞ。藁にだってすがるしかない状況だ。
これってただの自殺行為じゃないか。どんな場所かもわからないのに。
So it seems like books are a rarity in this world since these guys are looking to sell them off for money.
どうせ金が準備できずに捨て犬にやられるのも、ツバイ協会に捕まるのも同じだろう。生き延びたいなら黙ってついてこい。
今のは
招待状が見せてくれる家庭の断片よ。訪問するゲストの話を垣間見ることができる。
Yeah, so every time we invite someone to the library, we get a little glimpse into their lives.
覗き見ってことじゃねえか。趣味ありな。
He called her a peeping Tom. That's hilarious.
どんなゲストが来るのか事前に知っておける方がいろいろと楽でしょ。
Yes. It also shows us what kind of problems we might have to deal with.
あとこれは私の意思じゃないわ。招待状の意思よ。
招待状って素晴らしいですね。覗き見も誘拐もできて犯罪に特化した道具じゃねえか。
Yep, it is a perfect crime tool.
こんな機能あるんだし、まどろっこしくゲストなんか
Are
呼ばなくてい
we
いんじゃ。
the bad guys? Trust me, once you see some of the people we invite, we will end up being the good guys one way or the other.
普通に覗き見しながら罠が仕掛けられた部屋に強制ワープさせて
Yes.
殺したらどう？
Can't we just kill them?
それはダメよ。ゲストの意思で直接ここに来ることが確定した時にだけ垣間見ることができるの。
You know, that's a nice way to just off someone. We get their consent first before we do the deed.
それに招待状が完全に私の力というわけでもないの。私も借りているだけよ。
まあそうか。都市でそんなうまくことが運ぶわけないよな。
それはそうと切羽詰まってるわね、あのゲスト。
もしかしてあの文様とボロボロの内臓も招待状の効果か？
まさか全く関係ないの？
Yeah, so that might be something like whoever did that might be someone we will have to face at some point in the future. They talked about some puppet guy stringing bodies together and turning them into human puppets, so that's a guy that definitely needs to be on the lookout.
招待状はこちらで応対することになるゲストに届くだけよ。
ならあの奇妙な出来事は誰かの仕業ってことか。フィクサー生活は短かったが、あんな現象は初めてだからな。
遺跡？
The ruins.
俺も聞いただけだから詳しいことは知らない。魔法って言うべきか。
So magic exists.
とりあえずそんなのが遺跡にあるって話だ。
どうであれ、私たちはゲストを迎えるだけよ。程度が低そうに見えるけど、
Yeah, trust me.
しょうがないわ。
Like, even though they're coming 3 at a time and we're only like one guy, we will handle them quite comfortably.
奴らは裏路地のチンピラというかゴロつきみたいなもんだ。ネズミって呼ばれてる。
They're the lowest on the totem pole.
組織というには恥ずかしい奴らだ。金もないし力もない。その日暮らしで精一杯な敗北者たちだ。なんだか自己紹介やってる気がしてきたな。
裏路地知ってるの？
そうなのか。
知り合いに裏路地出身がいたの。
Gonna assume the back streets are like the poverty areas where just crimes happen all the time.
裏路地出身といっても特別じゃないしな。裏路地は都市の欠陥みたいなところだし、むしろ裏路地出身じゃない人を探すのが難しいと思うけど。
ここが図書館か。思ってたよりご立派な場所だな。
もしかしたら金目のものが結構いっぱいあるかもね。
歓迎します、ゲストの皆様。私は図書館の館長兼司書アンジェラと申します。ここではあなたが望むものを見つけることができますが、同時にあなたの大事なものを手放すことになるかもしれません。
お前がここのオーナーか。ここにあるもん全部持ってってもいいってことだよな。
Yes, but we have to kill you before you do that though.
その通りです。正確に言うと本を得ることになります。もちろんできるならの話ですが。
その本ってのが金になるのかが。
Apparently, if people want to sell them off.
情報の価値が高ければもちろんお金にはなりますよね。
マンチ、グズグズしてられっか。今はこれにかけるしかねえっつってんだろ。
それではどうかあなたの本が見つかりますように。
Alright, here we go. So now we get to the actual gameplay of the game. So pretty much the way this works is you have librarians here. Obviously, at the moment, it's just us. We're a very lonely fixer, we are. But over time, you will kind of gain access to more, but the more you end up getting, the more difficult the reception ends up becoming. You also have your librarian page, which can get upgraded over time the more pages we get access to. At the moment, we don't have any, so I'm not going to worry about that for the moment. And this is our card setup. Obviously, we don't have any other cards, so we have to go with the, I guess, the starter deck, which is okay in the beginning because the first few people we have to battle are pretty useless. But very quickly, you're probably going to want to like upgrade this as quickly as possible because this deck pretty much becomes outdated very quickly. There are also passive attributions, but they don't get unlocked for quite a while. And usually I don't really like focus too heavily on like deck building and I guess character pages a lot until we get access to the passives. Once the passives get unlocked, that's when you're like, okay, deck building becomes a huge aspect of this game. But until then, you can kind of just breeze through it. And this is obviously the team that you're facing and their level. And so the reason why it's so easy in the beginning is because they usually start off with like 10 HP and you get like 30. So your stats are obviously really a lot better than theirs. Yeah, and you can begin stage play, as it's called. Okay, so I'll also explain what floors available means. Floors available means how many floors you can use to battle a single level, to battle an act, or to battle an act. And according to this, you can only use one, so that means we have to win with this one level. Now, you get access to 9 different levels, but usually most of them only ask you for like 2 to 3 levels. 3 is usually the max. I've never seen a level that's asked you for more than 3 levels. But most of the levels later on, like the really difficult ones, will only ask you for 1 floor. And those are the ones that get really difficult. Also, axe is how many waves of enemies you have to face. So here it's 1 of 1, so this is all they got. But then there are times where you might have to face 2, 3. There's even one where you have to, or a few where you have to face 4 acts of enemies. And it can get pretty ridiculous. So that's how it goes, but we're just gonna get in and whoop these fools. Yeah, so this pretty much explains how the card game works. So you have 3 types of attacks. You have slashing, piercing, and blunt damage. And if you click on them, okay, when the scene begins, press the spacebar to roll the speed dash. Yeah, so this kind of has like a D&D kind of aspect back to it where there are like speed dies and rolls and stuff. So the speed die pretty much signifies how fast you are. So they have 2 and 1 and we have 4. So that means we go before them because we're faster. So then to do an attack, we click on the dash and we pick a card. And this comes out and this tells us like which we get to aim at. So obviously picking Focus Strike since it's the strongest card we got. And then we're going to click on who we're going to attack. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much quick mode. The dice rolls are like automatic, so it happens automatically. So we don't have to constantly click on the space bar. Yeah. And so to, I guess, let the round commence, you click that. But before that, you can also like hover over like your own or like enemies. And and as you see the slashing, piercing, and blunt damage, the more it's highlighted, the more weak they are to that attack. So as you can see, we're mostly damaged by... Oh, also one more thing I need to mention. The left side is your health. The right side is your stagger. So pretty much what your stagger is and your stagger resistance is when you get damaged, stagger is essentially like defense. So if you have stagger on, you don't get damaged as much. Once you get staggered, you're forced to forego a turn, and all the damage that gets dealt to you pretty much gets doubled or even tripled. So you don't want to get staggered, because pretty much if you do, you're most likely going to die. So here we go. And then we just let it play out. So see, we rolled higher, so our attacks went through. So if you're clashing with someone, your dice and their dice kind of clash, and whoever wins gets their attack goes through. There are also 3 types of die. Attacking die, if your attack goes through, you attack them. You got deflect die or block die. So if they attack you, you can actually block it if you have a block die. And you also have counter die. So with counter die, if someone attacks you and you're not clashing with them, your counter die will activate, and you can, and if your counter die is higher than their attack, you can actually counter their attack and get like 3 hits on them. So counter die at the moment doesn't really come into effect much in the early game. Because early game you don't really get a lot of good cards. Like, usually cards with like counter die are like really good, and you don't really get them until like quite a bit through the game. Once you do get them, they can become like pretty powerful cards. And there we go, we win. As I said, the first few receptions aren't going to be that difficult. And when you win, you get books. But since I have the mods, I get a lot more books than I would have usually gotten. You can also get headwear as well. And I guess equip some like gear to yourself that just like gives you a few extra, maybe like health points or stagger resist. That could become helpful.
組織に属することがそんなに重要なのかしら。
都市で生きていくためにはどうしようもないよ。組織でも何でも集団に属さないと生きていくには難しい場所だからな、この都市は。
Yeah, and so this is the main menu. So once you, wow, okay, so yeah, we get 32,000 of a book. So pretty much you burn books, and when you burn books, you can get combat pages that you can equip to your librarians that give you like better stats. You can also get cards that help you. There are also like different rarities. So green are like common. I believe then it's blue, which is uncommon. Then you have purple, which is rare. And then finally, the creme de la creme of cards, the super rare variety is the yellow cards or the golden cards. So we're gonna burn this book and see what we get. Yeah, and so this is what we get. We got two combat pages and a whole bunch of cards. And as it says, you can like equip it. We're not gonna equip them immediately because a lot of them are pretty useless, not gonna lie. Alright, so we're gonna head back to the library. Yeah, so this just explains like you can get, so this is your deck, this is what you can build your deck around. You will by the end of this game get a lot of cards. You can even go here and equip like these two. I'll probably just equip a Manchi, only because it like ups my health and my stagger resist by quite a bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and that's your empty bookshelf. So pretty much if your bookshelf is empty, it'll just give you the basic common deck anyway. So now that's out of the way, we're gonna just continue with the invitations. So we're gonna go here. Gonna upload a book of rat and see who shows up.
今日も無駄骨かよ。こんな雑用ばっかするためにフィクサーになったわけじゃねえってのに。
Seems like now we're dealing with some fixers.
この土底辺じゃみんなそうじゃんか。選ばれし人間だけが登っていくだけだし。
それでも小さなことからコツコツとやっていけば希望の光が見えると思いませんか？
そんな楽観的な考え方ができるとか本当羨ましいよ、フィン。
I'm gonna be sad if we have to kill Finn. He seems like an
いくらなんでも
optimistic,
夜になる前に
upstanding
失踪
guy
した
like
猫を探し
the
てくだ
world
さいと
hasn't
かないで
corrupted
しょ。
him yet.
こんな寂れた事務所にはゴミみたいな仕事しか入ってこないからね。
そうだろフィン。
So it seems like
お
this
前だ
Finn
って
guy
こん
just
なこと
became
や
a
りたくて
fixer.
フィクサーになったわけじゃないだろ。こんなところにいるべき器じゃねえよお前は。
頑張ればいつかもっといい事務所に移籍したり教会直属のフィクサーになれますよ。そしたらきっとあれなんだこれ。ポケットに封筒が入ってました。
匂うな。
Don't do it, Finn. It's a trap.
こんなチャンスをみすみす逃すわけにはいかないわね。しかも書かれてることが本当ならこの本ってのに教会が興味を示すかもしれないね。
なかなか興味深いですけど 図書館って場所に何があるかわからないじゃないですか。とりあえず事務所に報告してから正式な仕事として片付けましょうよ。
ゴミ事務所なんかに花を持たせてやるもんか。行かないなら俺たちだけでも行くぞ。
Seems like we're not going after Finn, we're going after these rando fixers. I got no problem with that.
フィクサーらしいけど知り合い？
はあ？フィクサーだから知り合いかって聞くのはだな。
Yeah, it is pretty wild. It's like saying all humans are friends.
道端で人を捕まえて知り合いかって聞くのと同じだ。二人とも人間だから知り合いでしょって聞くのとほぼ変わりないって。
You're both human. You must know each other, right? Like all 4 billion humans know each other.
フィクサーの種類と数って本当に多いのね。
そういうこと。
Yeah, so I might as well explain like the fixer grades and how that works. So there are 9 essential, well, technically 10 fixer grades. Oh yes, this pretty much talks about emotions. So the higher the emotion, so you have this thing called emotion, and the higher the emotion gets with each level, I guess the more light you get, which is like your action points. And you can even get access to ego pages, which is something we're not going to be experiencing until a lot later. Now I've lost my train of thought. What was I about to explain? I don't remember. Well, that didn't do a lot. Unfortunately, we didn't get a good hand this time. We can only use light attacks. Come on, give me a better hand. Oh, that's better. Charge and cover. There we go. Yeah, that's right. The fixer. So the way the fixer works is the lowest level of fixer is a grade 9 fixer, and that goes all the way up to grade 1 fixer. But there's actually a special type of fixer which is called the colors. And what the colors are is, if you're so good as a fixer, the association that, I guess, handles the fixers, which is called the Hana Association, they deal out different color taps to special fixers, and they're kind of like the fixers that deal with like the real threats. And so each of those colors gets assigned a different color, like yellow or purple, and they also get like a nickname incorporating that color. But again, we're probably not going to be seeing much of that until much later. Yeah, so we just handled them pretty well. You know, we're just going to breeze right on through with this. Yeah, so I don't really see yet. There really isn't any card that I want from a book of a grade 9 fixer.
代表、結構時間が経ったのに何の報告もありません。
Yeah, so pretty much after the long intro, you can just breeze through a lot of like the early portions of this
やっぱり
game.
あの図書館って場所で何かあったんですよ。
跡形もなく行方をくらますフィクサーは大勢いる。死のうが逃げようが、これ以上連絡がないなら契約違反による事務所除名だ。そしてお前の言う招待状は証拠として不十分だ。
Unfortunately for you, buddy, they already faced expulsion from this life because we killed them.
紙にサインをしたら扉が現れてその中に入っていったなんて、成金のいたずらか、翼の得意点に関する実験の可能性もあるな。このユン事務所ではそんなことに時間を浪費したりしない。
僕はまだ救急フィクサーですけど、これは何か違う感じがするんですよ。
さようでございますか。こんなに勘の優れた救急フィクサー様がこんな薄汚い事務所で働くなんて口惜しい限りですね。
He does raise a good point, though.
よく聞け青二歳。お前がまだ知らない狂ったこ
Called
と
him
が
a frog in
この
the
年では
world?
息をするよう
In
に
the
起こってる。
well? Damn, this guy's mean. He just seems like a boss that has like no care for his employees.
何が起こっても変だと思う余地すらないんだ。目の前で証拠を見せられないような仕事は着手する価値すらない。
じゃあ代表の前に置いてあるその封筒は何ですか？
なんだと？このガキが何のつもりだ？
僕は何もやってませんよ。
ちょっと外に出てけ。ああ、ユン事務所だ。今度こそいい感じだ。
Did he trick him into entering the library?
こいつらを向かわせるからちょっと金貸してくれよ。いや、今度は本当にいい感じだって。
Of course, the nice one has to be screwed over in this situation.
お前の言う通り無駄かもしれないけどな。俺の方でもう一回確認はできる。あまり気乗りしないやり方なんだがな。そうだな、ぴったりのやつが一人いる。
Let me guess. Finn.
フィクサーは事務所を経由しないと仕事ができないみたいね。
まあ形式としてはそうだな。俺の場合はワンオペだったからそうでもなかったけど。
Running one-man offices is the best. You don't have to listen to anybody.
金には目がないのは組織もフィクサーも同じだからな。どうも世間知らずの子供まで利用するつもりらしいし。
And now we have to go and kill that naive kid.
ここが図書館。代表の言う通りならこれで教会の援助も望めるらしいね。頑張ってみるか。
Listen, Finn, you just want to turn around. He was lying to you.
歓迎いたします。フィクサーのゲスト様。
はじめまして。僕はユン事務所のフィンです。ここで本当に多くの情報が詰まった本というものが手に入るんですか？
はい、もちろんですよ。あなたが招待状を受け取ってここに来たというのはそういう意味ですからね。どうかあなたの本が見つかりますように。
Alright. So it's just gonna be us and Finn in a one-on-one battle. Okay. And we've got the advantage. And again, oh my god, this is a terrible hand. But unfortunately, we don't have any good pages yet, so we just gotta deal with it. At least our speed die rolling is pretty good. And so, yeah, so we staggered him. And so it puts him in a state of, I guess, immobilization for a turn. And all his resistances become fatal. The problem is that that same thing can happen to us if we get attack loads as well. Right, there we go. Finn's down.
いくらなんでもガキがバラバラになるのは見てていい気になれないんだけど。
Yeah, especially at our hands.
前に言ったでしょ。この年でこのくらいなら非常に公平なやり方だって。都市では他人のせいでいやおうなしに起こることばかりって言ってたわね。でも図書館は違うわ。この場所に入ってくる者は死を覚悟し、望むものを得るために同意のサインをして入場したの。この過程でどこにも強制力は発生してないわ。すべて彼らの選択と対価よ。
まあそれはそうだけど。
Yeah, but I kind of feel like
なんかずるいって思う。
inviting them like when they're at their worst and they have no other choice isn't really giving their consent. It's either like, it to me just feels like they're between a rock and a hard place and they choose the less excruciatingly painful option. Oh, okay, here we go. I wanted to at least get to this part in the first video. So there's another aspect of this game called abnormality battles. Alright, so pretty much what an abnormality battle is so you have to collect books and like do certain objectives. Once you complete the objective, you have to face an abnormality or a monster. Ironically, like these are like the monsters from the original Lobotomy Corporation game, and you have to face them and defeat them. Some of these battles can be really annoying though, because some of them are like very gimmicky. We can't just beat them, but you have to like beat them in a certain way. And some of them can become like really ridiculously annoying and difficult just because of the way the gimmick works. Now, luckily for us though, like the first few abnormalities aren't that bad. However, for this, I'm just gonna book 10. I'm just going to burn 10 books of rats. Yeah. Even this first battle, if you go in pretty much with that starter deck, you probably will have a bad time. Yeah, so we're just gonna do gut harvesting, focus track, and backstreet dash. Alright, so we're gonna head into the abnormality battle now.
最初にいろいろ吐き捨てていた割にはうまくやってくれているわね。
初対面の挨拶があんな最悪だったのに、どんな返事を期待してたんだ？俺もびっくりしたよ。知らない場所にどさって落ちたら、初対面の人がいきなり手足を切ってきたし。
Yeah, the first person we meet blew our limbs off with no remorse at all.
最初は途方に暮れてたけど、何回かやってみたら、だいたいどうやってゲストを接待するかも分かってきたし。
Yeah, also abnormality battles is how you get new librarians on your floor. Each time, well, not every time. Some of the later ones you needed to do it more than once, but at least for like the first few floors, to get a new librarian on your floor to help you out, so it's not just a 1v3 or a 1v4. You have to defeat abnormalities to get access to the librarians.
全く不満がないってわけじゃないけど。
不満？
またそうやって睨んできて、言葉も出ないな。
いいから話して。
いや、まあ、やっぱり一人で接待する。
Yeah, what happens when I gotta go 20 on 1? That's too much even for me.
一人ずつ来る奴らならまだしも、複数で押し寄せてきたら、あんな大勢をどうやって相手すればいいんだ。
Yeah, that's like way too many.
一人じゃ手に負えない時が来るかもしれないだろう。今はまだどうってことない。弱い組織ばかり来るからうまくいってるけど、それに感情を引き出すとかなんとか、ゲストを普通に殺すのもダメなんだろ
う。Yeah, so yeah, pretty much we gotta do it the right way. We can't just like sneak attack and ambush them.
なんだ、その微妙な表情は。
方法が全くないわけでもないわ。それが最善の方法かはわからないけど。
君も出てくれるのか？
That would be pretty interesting, but we know Angela's not like that.
いいえ、代わりに助けを借りられる存在がいる。
She would be a massive help if she was able to blow our limbs off like that. But no, she doesn't want to.
その存在ってなんだ？
強力な力と能力を持っていたけど、今では息も絶え絶えで、形すら維持できない。
Yeah, abnormalities.
この図書館で俺とお前以外に息をしている奴は見たことないんだけど。
あなたを手伝ってくれる司書と共に本の中で眠りについてるわ。彼らが住むのに最も適した場所に作り上げたの。
司書？本の中の存在？
今は私が教えた分だけ知っているのには、図書館の成長に役立つという点が大事だから。
ああ、まあそうだとして、その眠っている存在ってのがどうやって俺たちを手伝ってくれるんだ？
本の中に入って閉じ込められた司書を出してくればいいわ。おそらくそれぞれ異なった理由で彼らの力に侵食されてるはずよ。
Yeah, and sometimes these abnormality battles are even harder than the main invitation battles.
彼らは非常に不安定な状態
で、Especially the gimmicky ones.
私たちのことは信じてくれないでしょうし。
俺たちを侵入者とみなすってわけか。
ええ、 そしてもし全ての試練を乗り越えたのなら彼らもあなたを受け入れてくれるでしょうね。
ほんとアバウトだな。今はすごく弱いんだろう。助けになれるのか？
彼らが直接ゲストを迎えるわけじゃないの。彼らを理解し受け入れられるのなら直接的にも間接的にも司書に力を与えるのよ。
まだピンとこないし曖昧だな。とにかくそいつらが俺たちに試練を与え、その試練を乗り越えてこそ認められ力を借りられるってことか。本の中に入るか。おとぎ話にでも出てきそうなやり方だな。
あなたの言う通りゲストの感情を最大限に引き出すためには彼らの力が必要だから成功することを願ってるわ。
Alright, here we go.
はい。どうして失敗
We can do this,
なんか
Roland.
できましょう。
We need that second librarian. So the first abnormality is called bloodbath. See what he's like. And when you tell me the guy's name is Bloodbath, of course he would be a giant being covered in blood. Alright. So pretty much this one's just simple. What you want to do is you want to essentially stagger him before he staggers you. Not too difficult. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I was like fiddling around. It wouldn't let me attack him, but it's because of the damn tutorial wanted me to see this. Yeah, so this is pretty much how it works. The more lit up it is, the more damage you do. If there's like nothing at all and it's black, then it's pretty much immune. Then if it's slightly lit up, it's like ineffective, and then it's endured. If it's lit up and highlighted, it's normal. If it's like a lot brighter, it's weak, and then if it's all lit up like this, it's fatal. Usually, once you stagger somebody, all the resistances go away and everything becomes fatal. Yeah, and then this also tells you the intricacies of how the abnormality works. So yes, scars take 1 to 5 less damage from slash attacks, and blood lose 3 speed, boost the max value of block dice by 3. And then these are his weaknesses and resistances. Now, can I finally attack him? There we go. Oh no, quick mode is off. Yeah, so if quick mode is off, you literally have to manually roll every dice, and I ain't doing that shit. That just sounds so time consuming. So it just rolls automatically. Alright. Pretty much just keep attacking him. Oh damn, he did a lot there. Oh, okay. Come on. Now I'm paralyzed. There we go, we got him this time. I can't do anything. Okay, this is not looking good. Okay, finally. There we go. I'm almost staggered. Okay, we almost got him. This is gonna come down to the wire. Whoever gets staggered loses. Yes! We staggered him so much. Oh no! Well, that's a shame. So his stagger came back. Alright. Okay, we almost got him. There we go, we staggered him again. Alright, and now to finish him off for good. There we go, we got him. Also, when they're staggered, they take double damage. I think I might have mentioned it, but I wasn't sure. That was a lot more difficult than it should have been. Probably because I didn't have any cost 2 pages. Alright, so also every time you defeat an abnormality, you get these, I guess you call them emotion pages. Whenever your emotion goes up, you can use one of these to help you out in battle. Alright everyone, I'm actually gonna end the gameplay right here because I feel like I wanted to at least get to like the abnormality section, because from this point onward, I don't think all the tutorials are done with. There's still some tutorials left, but I think at least like most of them we've gotten out of the way, so you guys and girls know how the game works and how everything's gonna go. And I'm actually really excited to continue this gameplay. And this video is very long, mostly because of like that 30-minute intro, but from episode 2 onwards, it's going to be a lot of smooth sailing from here. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Have more parts out soon. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and see ya.